So because people requested it, we're gonna do I'm gonna try and do a PI explanation. So the first thing you need is the command center, and you have different command centers depending on which planets you want to set them. Right now I have a lava command center because there's a lava planet here. I don't even know what PI is. So PI is short for Planetary Interaction. So if you go to your Neocom, which is the top left corner, and then you go down to Industry and Planetary Industry. After you set up some planets, you're gonna see the planets here, but we can see the planets in the agency now. So let's go back. If you open your agency and you go to resource harvesting, you can see like the belts, ice belts, and also the planets. So you can see all the planets. I'm right now in Osmon, and in Osmon you can see here all the planets. Now when you will have more skills, that's when you mine planets. You don't really mine planets, you extract materials from the planets then you can refine those materials, and those materials you can use all of those materials to build stuff. Right now you can use them to build like battleships, fuel blocks, I don't know, capitals. You need them in many things. So but the best part about doing planetary interaction is that you can sell those materials, and it's the installations extract those materials all the time, so you basically make money while sleeping. That's an easy way of saying it. But when you will have more skills than I do on this character, because I only have 16 million, when you're in a system like this one, you can also see the level of materials that are on a planet. Right now I don't, because I have 0 skills. Is it safe? Can be destroyed by others? No. So once you have set up an installation on a planet, it's there for as long as you want it to, and you can also use it from really far away. So one thing that we did when after the Goon War ended, we still used their planets. We basically extracted more and more materials out of their planets to make it harder for the goons. Basically, it was one. I don't know, we laughed about it until we managed to set up our own planets back again. But they cannot destroy it. They can only destroy the customs office, which you basically need the customs office to access the planet. So you have the planet where you can extract the materials, and on the in space you have a customs office. I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. Which is a structure that you can use to access the materials on the planet. So all you have to do is have a hauler, like I have here, the Wrath, and you need a command center. Command centers are for each type of planet. So you have barren command centers, lava command centers, storm, I don't know, gas, barren, oceanic. They all have the same. Just type command center, you're gonna see how many types you have. And right now, to set a command center on my lava planet, I just have to click show info and view in planetary industry. So right now I'm seeing this planet. Usually what I would do, I would scan for the material that I want. So you have to understand that you can find some materials in different planets, but you can find only some materials on some planets. I don't know if that made sense. So basically you can find the base metals in I think lava planets and barren, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's just check. Base. Where are your base metals? So you can find base metals in barren, gas, lava, plasma, and storm. But on lava planets, you can find only felsic magma, for example. So this one. So you can only find this on lava planet. But for the purpose of this example, I'm gonna choose heavy metals, just because this planet is really bad and it has low PI. Yes, it's gonna be passive income. So you always have to think about PI as passive income, and the more planets that you have, you can have up to 6 planets, and you can increase your command center to be to level 5, which will basically generate more power in CPU, and you can have more installations on that planet if you upgrade your command center. It's really useful, even if you have one account. Remember that you can have three characters on one account, so you can just use the other 2 characters to skill up into PI, and you can do PI on all 3 of them. But first you want to scan down your material. So as we can see, heavy metals is the highest here, but having no skills, I don't think I can see anything. No. It doesn't work. Having no skills is shit. Off. Because technically you would see some difference in colors here whenever this here will set. You will be able to see the level of resources on the planet, but you need the skills to do that also. Which I don't have on this character. Anyway, we have to skip this, and we are gonna go into our build panel. So you go on your lava command center and you just place your command center. When you place the command center, it doesn't really matter where you place your command center. You can place it anywhere on the planet. It doesn't affect your build. We're gonna submit. So we place the command center, we press submit, and now you want to upgrade it. So you have to select it again. And there's this little button here that allows me to upgrade it. So we're gonna upgrade it to level 6, which is what you want. I can only do it to level 2. When you upgrade the command centers, they will give you more power, as I said, and more CPU, which will basically allow you to have more installations on that planet. So let's upgrade it. Whenever you upgrade it, it's gonna cost you. Always remember to press the submit button. You're gonna hate pressing that submit button. And now, the first thing you need is a lava launch pad. I'm probably not going to be able to extract anything right here because I don't see where the materials are. We're going to try. So the only purpose of the lava launch pad basically, is to get the materials that you extracted from the planet to the customs office, basically from the planet to space. So we launched that one. We placed the launch pad, submit again, and then you can always use a lava storage facility, but with the setup that I have now, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. So in the beginning, the lava storage facility is optional. Just think of the storage facility as a place where you store things before. I usually just store the P0s in the lava storage facility, and then from the storage facility I move them towards the industry facilities to refine them. But in this case we can use the launch pad. And now Let's just test how many. Can I do at least 2? Okay. So we're gonna do this really easy. Simple. Let's hope we find some. Let's just place it here. So probably I moved too fast. So I just installed 2 basic industry facilities. These will reprocess the basic materials that are found in the planet to P1. So you're gonna create from you're gonna modify the item from a P0 to a P1. Now the next thing I did was to install, let me just delete this. You want basically to extract the resources from the planet, and you're gonna need a lava extractor control unit. This is the installation that extracts all the things that you need. Now you will need to connect these. So everything right now is not connected, so you'll need to connect the extractor to the launchpad, which we're gonna use the launchpad as storage for now. And a simple way of doing it, I mean, you could right click and create link to connect these two, or you can use shortcuts. So one shortcut I use is just press the control key on your keyboard, select the first installation, and then just drag the link where I want it to link. So I can link it to the industry facility or to the launchpad. But I want to move the P0s to the launchpad, and then from the launchpad I'm gonna move them towards the facility to refine them. So just press Control, click and click, and you're done. Easy. And then right click to deselect the link. If I'm going too fast or if you have questions, please ask, because I'm trying to go as slow as I can, but I'm trying to remember all the things. Now this is just the installation. So in order to extract things, you will need to install extractor heads. So each oh, I have to press submit, I forgot. Okay, you always need to press submit. You're gonna hate that button. So going back to the extractor control unit, this has each extractor has 10 extractor heads. And you're gonna see the extractor heads here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 10. And whenever you want extractor heads, you just have to click on these little buttons. And you can see I already have to. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't use more because I lack skills and I don't have I'm missing the skills to upgrade my command center, which I said earlier. You're gonna need this at least to level 6, so you can have more structures here. Let me just remove 2 of these. So now that we have our extractor heads deployed, you want to select your resource that you want to extract. Let's say, which one was the highest one? Heavy metals. Let's just say we want heavy metals. So you can see the resources here: base metals, felsic, magma, heavy metals. I'm gonna select heavy metals. And after I selected the material that I want, you can see you have the program duration. So this is basically the time where these extractor heads are gonna extract the materials. You can set them up however you like. You can set them up for a day, for 2 days, for 4 days. The only thing you need to understand is the longer it takes for them to extract, the less they're gonna extract. So if you set them for like 1 day, they're gonna extract more in that 1 day than they would extract in 1 day if you have a 2 weeks schedule. I don't know if that made sense, but it's just how it works, I guess. It's because you're gonna be focusing more on you're basically going to be focusing more every day to extract more. While when you have 14 days extraction, you can see the radius, it's a lot bigger. Doesn't it show on the graph, or is that after you hit submit? It would show on the graph. The only problem on this character, I don't have the skills to see the resources on the planet. So that's why you don't see the graph. Usually, yes, you'd see a graph here. But I'm missing the skills on this guy. Yes, that's a skill. If you go under planet management, it's the... Where are you? Here, on planetology. The understanding of planet evolution, allowing you to better interpret data from scans or planets for resources. That's why you can see, and he's right, you, depending on the resources that you have on the planet, you would be able to see a graph here with whatever you're extracting. Probably here I have nothing, I guess. Let's see if we select other, let's see, base metals. No. Did I just pick the worst spot? Extracted per hour. 0. How about... You must have the remote sensing skill to survey planet resources. Yes. Remote sensing skill. So I can't see anything right now. How long will it take to learn remote sensing skill? 7 minutes. Okay, let's buy the skin really quick and do something else for 7 minutes. Oh, I have 2500. Ooh. We can see it, boys. We can see it. Confirm. Oops. I just said I'm not gonna skill into planetary and mining and stuff like that, so... No? Yes, there we go, we have the graph now. We have the graph. We have a graph now, so now you can see the graph. It's better when you can also see it on the screen. Let's see if this works now. If I scan for... what's this? Let me just cancel. Cancel. Scan. Suspended plasma. Oh, it works now. How about heavy metals? Oh, there we go. There we go. Full explanation right there. So, you need that skill to see the minerals on the... yeah. The materials on the planet. And you're gonna use this... I don't know what's it called. I don't know what's the name of this. To basically see where you have more materials on that planet. And I was exactly in the wrong spot for everything from what I see. So base metals, not really. Non-creous, yes. I was in the wrong place. So let me just delete this really quick. Let me just build cancel. Build, decommission. Let's delete this really fast. I'm gonna have to pay extra. And let's do it the proper way. Heavy metals. So, whenever you're scanning, you want a refined scan. So this will allow you to refine your scan. This, I don't know the English word for this. I want to say ruler, but it's not a ruler. The idea is the more white it is, the more you're in a place where you have more materials. Now, don't fool yourself by thinking that if you just make everything white, then you're gonna have more, because you're not. So you want to reduce the space where you can just see just a little bit of white. So the concentration is gonna be bigger here in this place than where is blue or green or whatever. So if you have white, it's good. If you don't have white, it's bad. Easy. So let's just build I already built the command center. So first, launch pad. you always want to build everything as close to each other as possible. So again, launchpad to move the materials from the planet to space. Then we want basic industry facilities, because we want to refine the materials from the planet from P0s into P1s. So we need, for this example, at least 2. And then we want to connect them. So we are gonna connect by pressing control key, the control click, 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 and it's done. So now the factories are connected to the launchpad. Now we will need a extractor control unit, and we're gonna place it around here. And then we're gonna click submit. And then we need to connect the control unit to the launchpad. And then click submit. This will basically move the planets that you're extracting with your extractor heads. Will move it through your extractor control unit, and from the extractor control unit it will go to your launchpad, and from the launchpad the material is going to go in the factory and it's going to be refined, and then it's going to come back in the launchpad so I can throw it into space. So now let's just install some extractor heads, and we were looking at what? Yes, heavy metals. And all you need to do is install some extractor heads. Let's just put 5. How much does this? What if you don't do a factory and just take the resources? Well, from what I've seen, the best thing you can do is to at least refine them into P1s, because if you just extract the materials and then launch them into space, and then you move all that material to another planet where you have your factory planet, in the end you're gonna pay up more you're gonna pay more in taxes, because every time you extract the materials from the planet you're gonna pay taxes, and then you're gonna, if you have like a factory planet where you want to build more stuff, you're gonna pay again taxes because you want to move your stuff from space to the planet. So it's gonna cost you more on the long term. That's why if you can, you should at least try and do P1s on the same planet. It's more cost effective. And everyone that does PI kind of got to the same conclusion. Not everyone does it like this. I'm just saying, over time, if you have 150 planets like some of my friends, they always make P1s on the planet. So even if they make like P3s or P4s, they do the P1 on these planets, and then they move all the P1s, P2s on a factory planet, and they do everything there. But they always do P1s. So let's go back to the one day explanation. So whenever you increase the program duration, you're going to see that the radius of the extractor heads is going to increase. So if I would just use these extractor heads here to extract everything, it will extract a total of 293,000 and an average of 11,000 per hour. Now it's an hour and 45 minutes. Let's make it exact. 287,000. Now if you have 2 weeks program duration, you're gonna have to expand this more. So per day, basically, you're gonna extract less, because you're gonna have an average per hour, a smaller average per hour. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just simple math. While you only have when you only have 1 day extractions, every day you're gonna have to come back to your installation and rearrange the extractor heads, while on the 2 weeks installation you only have to check it once every 2 weeks. So basically the explanation is easy. You either want to work a lot and make more risk, or you want to be lazy and just check your installation every week and make less risk. So that's the basic explanation. I usually just do it for 7 days because I don't want to check my installation every day. Also, when the extractor heads are gonna overlap, you're gonna see it here because the image is gonna be a bit more diffused. It's gonna also have a sound, and you're gonna also see these red numbers here, which basically means if the extractor heads overlapped, you're gonna extract less. So this extractor is gonna extract with 10% less, this one 1%, this one 20%. So you're always gonna want to arrange them in the best order possible. I usually like to do a flower pattern just like this. It's basically inspired from the bees, so I don't have more extractor heads, but you get the idea. I would have had one more here. That's why bees have a hexagon module for their beehive, because it's extremely efficient. So having like a flower here, it's also extremely efficient. But one of them is overlapped. Which one? That one, the middle one. So right now we know we are extracting with an average of 4,723 an hour. Can someone kill you while at this planet? If you are at the customs office, yes. If you are inside the station, no. You can do this while you're inside the station. You don't have to be next to the planet. You only need to be next to the planet when you extract the materials. That's it. You don't have to be, and you only need to be outside of the station when you place the command center. So that's it. So now that we have our plan for 7 days, we can see that in the beginning, in the first few days, we will be extracting more, and over time the volume of materials it's gonna decrease. And all you have to do right now, Red Ready, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. We're doing a PI stream right now because people ask for it. I wasn't planning on doing PI streams today, but I'm doing it anyway. So all you have to do now to extract heavy metals is to start the program. But that's not, you have to press submit, of course. You're gonna hate that button. But now you can see a lot of red circles. Basically you started the program, but the material is extracting, but it has nowhere to go. That's why you have the, let me just change this. So you can see here that the materials are not routed. Basically you need to send them from the control unit to the launch pad, like we said in the beginning. So we go to routes. No, we need to go to products. You select products, you select the materials that you're extracting, and then you need to create a route. You can route them wherever you want, but for the purpose of this exercise we're gonna create a route. Just click on create route, and we're gonna select the launch pad here. So we extract them, they go here, and then from here they go to the launch pad. And after selecting the launch pad, you're gonna see that you already have the route, and then you just click create route, and of course submit. And now you no longer have a red circle around the extractor control unit, and you can also see that these lines are no longer stationary. So you can see that the materials are going from the control unit to the launch pad. If you look at the other two, nothing really happens here, but here you can see there's a one-way You can double click and still instead of creating root. Yes, I know, but I'm trying to do it in a slow way. I don't know. I don't want to do it too fast because I know PI is hard for a lot of people, and right now because I've been doing it for such a long time, I do it really fast. I don't even think about it. That's why I'm only using like 2 factories and Launchpad. I'm not using I can't even use them actually because I don't have the skills. But then I'm trying, I don't know. And I'm hoping if people have any questions they might ask, because maybe I'm missing something. But I'm trying to go as slow as possible. So now we are extracting and we are moving the P0s, as they are called, into the Launchpad. And they will arrive in the Launchpad. And you can always see, if you click on the Launchpad, you can always check whatever you have in the storage right here. Right now, you always have to remember that the cycles on the extraction cycles is always 2 hours. So this will extract every 2 hours, and every 2 hours it will send materials to the Launchpad. Now, some people usually wait until they have at least 1 extraction and then they set up their factories, but you don't always have to do that because technically you still have the roots set up. So we can also install the software in the factories to create P1s, and you can do that by selecting the Launchpad and go back to roots. So, and here you can see that you have the heavy metals, but let's just install programs first in the factories. So if you're extracting heavy metals, you can refine heavy metals into toxic metals. So in order to refine them, you will need a basic industry facility. And when you click on this basic industry facility, you will see a list of P1s. And you want to select the toxic metals, because we are extracting heavy metals and we want to refine them into toxic metals. And you just select toxic metals and then you install and then submit. By pressing install, you basically told the factory what you want to manufacture, what you want to refine. So you gave it, like, just imagine it as a software or as a task. I want this factory to make to refine base metals into toxic metals. And we can do the same thing on the second factory. So we're gonna tell the second factory to install the toxic metal programs. Install and then click submit. Now the factories have the program to create toxic metals, but they don't have the materials. So now we need to move materials that are in the Launchpad, and we can select roots, because we know 51,000 heavy metals are coming from the extractor to the Launchpad, and now we have to route them from here to the factories. And you can see that something's wrong, because you will always have red circles. Whenever you won't have red circles, then it's good. Maybe. So we're gonna go back to roots, and we're gonna move the heavy metals from the Launchpad to the factories, and we're gonna create again roots. So again, click on create route, and we're gonna send it to the first factory. You clicked it, and then you're gonna create route again and submit. Select the Launchpad again, create route, and now you can see the difference. Now you already see that 3,000 units of those 51,000 that are incoming from the extractor are already going towards the first factory, and you can see it here because it says outgoing, sorry, not ongoing. So 3,000 are outgoing. Now we need to set up the second factory. So again, Launchpad, click on the heavy metals. Can I donate donate a skin for giveaway. If so, to what name? Yes, you can always give free stuff to the streamer. The streamer doesn't mind it. It's the same as the stream, Chiandan. So the character has the same name, Chiandan. And the in-game channel is Chiandan. I wanted to make it easy for everyone. But yes, I accept donations, I accept billions of isks, I accept supers, capitals, whatever, I don't mind it at all. I accept, I don't know. But yeah, most of it I'm gonna give it away to people that are watching the stream and or new bros. If it's supers and titans, maybe not, but okay, that was a good small break, but let's go back to the factories. We were moving heavy metals, so we need to create a route for the second factory. Click create route, select the factory. Now the factory is selected. Click create route again and submit. It's a lot of clicking, that's why everyone calls it click fast, and you easily understand why. Let's see what we have. Caracalzento. Ooh, this is a nice one. This is the yellow one. I have this one for the cormorant. This is a nice one, especially if you're a ghoul. Fits well with the How expensive is this one? Let's see. Fetching orders. Come on, game. 349 million. Man, that's a lot for a skin. And we're gonna give it away at the end of the stream, so stay tuned. If you want to win a 350 million skin, now it's your choice. You just have to wait through all the boring part of PI. You just have to wait through all this boring stuff of PI, but then you might just win. But thank you very much for Delicious. Thank you very much. Is this the exciting part? No, the exciting part is that you need to pay attention on PI, because the skin, which is really nice, it's a short-term win, but PI is a long-term win, which will make sense when you start doing PI. You're gonna make more money. But basically, to sum it up, we're extracting, we're moving the materials from the extractor to the launchpad, and from the launchpad to the factory. We've installed the commands in the factories, but right now the factories need to export their refined materials. As you can see, if you click on it, it says that it's gonna receive 3000 units of of heavy metals, but the refined materials are not routed, so they don't go anywhere. So now, and you can see the factory is incoming heavy metals. This one should also have, yes, incoming. But now we need to move the refined materials, so these 20 toxic metals. So you go here to routes, click on the toxic metals. We're gonna create a new route and we're gonna send them back to the launchpad. Create route again, submit. Why do you have to click on that create route again 2 times? I don't know. It's just how the game works. And now you can see the difference. Now the factory is orange and also with a white line. This means that everything works. The only problem it has right now is that it doesn't have the raw materials, but the raw materials are gonna be here in an hour and 50 minutes. So the chain is basically complete. We are extracting, they're moving to the launchpad, from the launchpad to the factory, in the factory they're refining, and then the refined products are gonna go back to the launchpad, and we're gonna be able to launch those materials into space. It's the truth. I run 36 planets every day. Best passive income. Yes, it's the best passive income, especially if you have more characters. and he's probably making a lot of money. Now we just have to set up the second factory. So again, we have to route the refined materials. Just click on the material, create route, move it towards, create a route towards the launchpad. And now you can also see the lines. So you can see that from the launchpad, you can see the ingoing lines. Basically the raw materials are going there and the refined materials are so you can also see it on the small lines here. Now create route, submit, there we go, and you can just sleep for a week and this will make you money. Now you do have to check it every once in a while, because right now, because the P0s and the refined materials are going only into the launchpad, this launchpad is gonna fill up really fast. The launchpads only have 10,000 cubic meters. That's why when you have more skills and you can install more structures, you can add a lava, like a storage facility. I usually link up my storage facilities. So, and I also link them up. My alliance, every time I log into the game, it's some stupid max numbers fleet. Man, I just want to play the dang game. Yes, I feel you, bro. You know what you can do? Just ignore them. It's like, no, I'm gonna play the game today. I feel you. I'm running out of water also. I have something else. Ooh, I have coffee. Now, whenever you're skilled up and you have all the skills for the planetary interaction, usually what I have the launchpad, and in front of the launchpad I have a storage facility, and usually I have 4 factories on one side, 4 or 3, I can't remember, 3 or 4. Let's just say 3, I don't want to be... So I have 3 or 4. I have to check. I have 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. So they're basically 6 factories that are making P1s at the same time. And I have 2 extractor control units on each side. So I would, if I had the same installation, I would have like an extractor here and an extractor here. And I would move all the P0s into my storage facility. So these will go into storage facility, these will go into storage facility, and then from the storage facility I would I would move all the P0s into the factories to make P1s, and from the factories I would move them to the launchpad. So in the launchpad you would only get the final product, and it's a nice chain of moving them like that. So P0s to storage facility to factory, factory to launchpad. And it works 100% of the time, like for a 1 week cycle. I'm about to get my alt, on my alt account. Yeah. Let's just submit, because now everything works, even though this this storage facility is just an extra thing there. Let's just exit the planetary interaction. So now we need, let's just say that installation was working for a day or 2, and now we have the materials, and we want to get the refined materials from the planet and into our station. You just have to open your go to your Neocom industry and then planetary industry, and you can already see the planet here. Now most people usually warp at the planet to 0, which most of the time will work. The only problem is that not a lot of people, everyone knows how to install customs office, so the customs office is gonna be off sometimes. I think I'm experiencing my first true in everything. So jump clone to low sec and high would be a good depending on what I do, yes. Yes and no. You really need to understand how low-sec works first, because you're gonna be ganked on your way on the gate through high-sec. So when you're gonna have that system which has the low-sec, high-sec gate, people are gonna be there and they're gonna be waiting for you. Customs is it's at 100 kilometers. It depends. I was just gonna say that not everyone knows how to set up a customs office properly. So the best thing to do always is just right click on the planet, select here customs office, and then just warp the customs office. My first lure in random is trying to get me in his fleet for some reason. Yes, it's always that guy. So just select customs office and warp to the customs office. And you're gonna see how the customs office looks. We're gonna go to this beautiful planet, which is a lava planet. And we're gonna see the customs office. Now this structure, if you look at the animation, let's see if we can look at it. It has some small holes. And it's basically moving materials from the big planet into the structure. Now, whenever you're doing PI on random planets, really, this is really important. So when you're doing PI on random planets and you, like if you don't own the place, or if you're not in an alliance and you know how customs office works, you always have to look at the text. So if you have selected the customs office, just click the show info or right click show info, and then go into attributes. And as you can see, these guys have a 15% tax rate, which is high. I don't know how high-sec PI works, but 15% is high. Now, most corporations will have like a 5%, maybe 10% if they're suffering, but usually it's like 5%, 3%, 15% is high. So you're gonna pay this tax whenever you're going to import materials or export materials. So if you're gonna extract the materials from the planet to your ship, or if you want to do like P2s, P3s, P4s, and you have like a factory planet, you have to move the materials from the customs to the planet, you're gonna have to pay 50% of the value of them, which is a lot. I don't know who these guys are, but they're robbing people. And it's only a corporation with 21 members. I don't know, man. They must be part of some alliance. 15% is more. We should do a protest. Anyway, in order to, when the materials are gonna be in the launch pad, the only thing you need to do is open the customs office and you're gonna see the materials here. If you have more launch pads, because sometimes you may just have launch pads, especially on factory planets, you can select your launch pads by clicking on this menu. So your materials are gonna be here. You're gonna move your materials to the left, which will basically move the materials from the planet to the customs office, and then you're gonna click transfer. You're gonna pay the taxes, and then from the customs office, can I move this? No, only planetary stuff. And then from the customs office into your hauler, and then there you go. This was my short planetary interaction tutorial. I don't know if it was boring or good, or if I missed such stuff. I try to do it as slow as possible, but your contract has been accepted. Okay. So questions, if you're still awake.